Hello and welcome back to Florida Foodie. I'm your host, Lisa Bell, here with our producer, Thomas Mates. And today we are joined by a guest so dedicated to his food, he has a good chunk of his menu tattooed right on his body.
Yeah, he runs a scratch kitchen in Castleberry where he whips up award-winning burgers among other great dishes with some help from his mother. We're so happy to be joined by Chef Alex Diaz from Alex's Fresh Kitchen. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Well, welcome back, because you've been on Florida Foodie before, but it was back when we were social distancing and we had to do a Zoom interview. Today, you brought some of your famous burgers and other dishes.
Correct.
And we say this whenever we have food in the studio, but this smells so good. And so many people have been popping their head into this podcast studio wanting to know, what is this great food that they are smelling?
Well, this is a gluten-free chicken sandwich. Yes, gluten-free chicken sandwich. A lot of people don't get to eat gluten-free stuff. So this is our gluten-free bun, gluten-free chicken, slaw, spicy aioli, garlic aioli, house-made pickles, house-cut french fries, and a kale aioli. Gluten-free chocolate on chocolate cake that my wife made. And, that's another thing. My wife has taken over in the business, so now my mom is like kind of take a break on the cake stuff. So, and here is the BLGT. So this is a fried green tomato, 3 slices of bacon, bacon jam, lettuce, and I think that's it. Roasted red pepper. So you have a roasted red pepper aioli right here with your french fries. And then this is our award-winning Mamba Burger. This has 24 spices, 8-ounce burger. It represents Kobe Bryant. That's why I created this burger. So that's 4 pickles, 4 jalapenos. The jalapenos represent the Mamba mentality, the bite and stuff, like the whole Mamba bite. And then the fried pickles is how he made you feel when he dunked on you. And then the cheese sauce is how he smiled all the time.
I love that every dish you have has a story.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes. And you have an interesting story in how you even got started cooking in the first place. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I started in the kitchen with my father at a young age, 12, 13 years old. Started in his Italian restaurant. Well, he worked in an Italian restaurant, had some partners and stuff. So I worked in every position possible, from busboy to dishwasher to prep cook to barback to hostess to everything. My dad put me through everything besides cooking. Like, he did not want me to cook. And at that time, I didn't know I wanted to cook. And once I worked there enough from 1997 to 2004, I was like, I want to do other things, So I ventured off and ended up down here in Florida. Started working for Jace's Deli. Started working for Buffalo Wild Wings. Then I started working for Darden Concepts and stuff like that. So I was with Darden for a little bit and pretty much worked all their concepts. And that brought me out to Texas. And then Texas, that's when I got interested in more like independent mom and pops, because I got tired of putting mashed potatoes on the plate and grilling that steak, and it's like no creativity whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so I would go home and cook this stuff and like create stuff. I was like, wow, I should be doing something else. So Texas brought me to a different direction, and then that brought me back to Pennsylvania. And then from Pennsylvania, I worked at a few restaurants up there, and I came back down here to Florida, and I just started working around here as much as I can. I started working, my first job was with Henry Salgado on Chocos. Okay. The old Chocos was in the East End Market. It was like a Spanish Basque kitchen. So I was working there, and then I found Jamie McFadden, and I started working for Jamie, Cuisineers Catering, and did that for like 5 years. And then after that, I just started like freelancing, like just like going wherever I can, with anybody that needed help. And then that was it.
So the whole time you've been like a real like journeyman chef, just go.
Yeah, because I didn't
have knife will travel.
No school. I dropped out of school. I went to a Votech school, and I didn't finish that either. And I just like you said, took it to the ropes. I just went anywhere that I can to find any type of cuisine and learn it until I found where I really wanted to do.
Who were your big teachers along the way, like in the kitchen itself?
I would say my grandma. It starts with my grandma, inspiration-wise, because she would make anything and anything. Like, sometimes we wanted McDonald's and stuff like that, and we couldn't afford that stuff. So she was like, "Oh, I'll make you McDonald's," and she was like, "Make the best hamburger ever." And then when I finally ate McDonald's, it was crap. So she's definitely a first inspiration, and then I would say my father and my mom, and then lastly it would be Jamie McFadden. Like I definitely give a lot to him because he taught me a lot.
So when we last spoke with you, which was 2 years ago almost, and you told us about how you decided to finally open up your own restaurant, your own kitchen, and that was back in 2019. And you've opened in Castleberry. You're still there today, which a lot of restaurants can't, weather those storms that you weathered. And 2 years ago, you were talking about labor costs, inflation, rent costs. And all those challenges you're still battling today.
Yes. Sadly enough, yes. It's been a challenge.
You described it as a roller coaster.
Now I would say it's torture.
Oh wow! Okay.
I would say it's torture now, just because like 1 minute you have a good week and you have a good labor costs, good food costs going across the board, and then you do your next order and everything's up like $20, $30 or more.
Yeah.
And it's like, when did this happen?
Yes.
What pandemic are we still going through?
Yeah.
Like right now, I just feel like it's gouging at this point. I just feel like certain companies are just throwing a price tag on there. And like, oh, this guy orders this much stuff, so let's like, he orders this, and that. Let's put a little bit of money on this one, a little bit on this one. That's what I feel like, because every week it's like, it's something different, Like I was just buying bacon last week. Bacon last week was $100 for like a case of 15 pounds pecan bacon. I'm like, wow, I was paying 90. So then I bought another one that was 50, and then I went to go buy that one this week, and it's 75.
And so they're just
So
nickel and diming
right,
you.
which is so hard to plan and think ahead and decide what exactly you need and what your prices need to be.
Yeah, so I've been battling that.
What was your first tattoo, and what inspired you to go ahead and tattoo your menu on your body?
Well, the first food tattoo, because I've had tattoos, so the Mama Burger, this burger right here.
Okay.
So when COVID happened, Kobe Bryant died. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan.
Yep.
I got motivated to make the burger, and we ended up winning the Orlando Burger Week. And so I was just surprised about that to begin with, because I just entered in a new restaurant, and I was like, you know what? Since I won, I'm gonna put it on there.
And it says Mamba Forever.
Mamba Forever.
Do you go
yes.
to the same tattoo artist?
Yes, for all my tattoos.
So
Smiley
when you
tattoo.
went in and you said, I want a hamburger, a Mamba burger, you took a picture of your burger?
Yeah, so this is an actual picture of, if you look up Orlando Weekly winner for 2020, that's like same exact picture that's on my arm.
Okay. And the tattoo artist said, when you said, I want this hamburger on my arm.
He just said it was crazy. I mean, all the tattoos, like to the garlic, to the chicken and waffles, to my mom's chocolate cake. I have like the lemon pie up here. I got Ratatouille. It's one of my favorite movies. I think, like I said, I think everyone could cook. I don't think it's like a science. My cat, she loves eating ramen, so I put her on there.
You also have your restaurant's logo right above the Mama Burger.
So I would say that actually is the first one. This is the second one.
Okay.
So when I first got this, it just went with my wife. She wanted a tattoo, and I was like, hey, I want a tattoo too, So I didn't know what I really wanted, and we had just opened a restaurant, and we weren't quite open yet, but we had business cards, and I took it out of my wallet, and I was like, I think I'm gonna do that. And the guy that actually did this tattoo is retired, so this is the only tattoo I got from him.
Okay.
But I feel like it's really clean. It's very nice. And he's retired right now, but yeah.
Talk about motivation too. Like you're just opening a restaurant, it's like, I'm gonna get that tattooed right there.
Right?
This has to work.
Exactly.
I had to. I mean, it was my first. It's my baby. It's my dream, and I'd do anything for it. Like I've sacrificed for this place to
And
keep
you
going.
talk about how having your own kitchen allows you to be creative.
Yes.
And I love that you offer so many gluten-free options. What inspired you to prioritize that?
My mom. My mom is, her wife is high gluten. She's not quite celiac. So before a lot of the stuff was available, my mom was in the kitchen, like making her own pre-made modified starches and flours to create something for her and her wife. So when we opened a restaurant, I wanted to make creme brulee and like chef desserts, stuff that use flour. So for my mom, she was I'm gonna bake. I want to bake. And then, Be my mom. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? You can bake.
How can you say no?
How can you say no, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, and eating my mom's desserts growing up, they always been slamming, always hit the spot. So I knew we had something good, but I didn't think that it was gonna get so crazy like it has been. So I would say 75% of our customers are probably gluten-free.
Wow. And what percentage of your menu is gluten-free?
I would say about the same, 75, 80. The only thing I don't do is waffles and pancakes, but we have bread, sliced bread, we have bun bread, and we make our own flour. We have a dedicated fryer for the frying. So it's easy to pretty much essentially fry anything gluten-free.
And you say many people have never experienced, or it's been a long time since they've had a gluten-free
I hear it
fried
all the
chicken
time.
sandwich.
I hear it all the time. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and like they haven't had anything like that since they've been diagnosed.
And when they bite into it, what's the reaction?
It's crazy. It's heart filling. I appreciate my mom, and you always gotta listen to mom because he always knows the best. Like not even knowing it. So.
Are you ready to take a bite?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, let's try some of
Yeah,
this
try
gluten-free
it. Try it.
Yeah.
And the cake is gluten-free too as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's something that caught my eye immediately because I knew the cake was gluten-free. And usually when I've seen like gluten-free desserts,
looks like cardboard.
yeah, they're like dense. This looks fluffy. This looks
Oh,
like
man.
chocolate cake.
So my mom passed the torch to my wife, and now this is her creation,
Cut this in half.
and she's doing a really good job. Really proud of her.
I need a sharper knife.
Yeah, I should
okay.
have brought a knife.
It's okay. All right. It smells absolutely amazing.
It's so good.
And so what exactly, you mentioned earlier what you put on your fried chicken sandwich. Tell us the ingredients again.
Okay, it's gonna be shaved purple cabbage,
Yum.
and the cabbage is, I call it a slaw. It's not like your watered down slaw or your vinegar slaw. We just keep it dry, and then we put the aioli on it, and it kind of makes it wet. So you're just getting more of a texture. And then garlic aioli on the bottom, and then house-made pickles. So everything we do, we make it in-house. If we could make the bread, we would make the bread at this point, but my place is too small.
Really good. I always say I'm a huge fan of the slaw and the sauce
Thank you. Yeah.
and the pickles.
Yeah. Chef James. Chef James is the pickle master.
So how
He
many
is.
people do you have working for you
I have
now?
Chef Pablo, Chef Anderson, and Chef James. Chef James has been with me since day one.
Okay.
He was just a person coming in eating, and he wanted to be a chef. He wanted to learn how to cook, and I took the initiative to teach him and come in my kitchen, and he became a close friend, best friend.
We can't stop eating this.
Yeah, just keep eating.
I know.
And
We went for a sample, but we keep going.
yeah, and then we got Chef Anderson as well. He used to work at Metro Diner. And he used to come down and eat. And one day he was just like, "I want to work with you." I was like, "Okay." And then Chef Pablo, same thing. I worked with him in the past at Real Fish in Winter Park. And then he left that job, went into landscaping, and then soon too he came to me and said, "Hey, Chef, I want to work with you." So these been the three guys that have been holding it down, running the kitchen, learning everything since 2019, 2020.
And I know I've been in your kitchen. It's at your restaurant at least. It's a cozy spot, we'll say.
Yeah.
Like you guys are like
Small like
making
this.
so much. Yeah, about the size of this room. And it's the fact that you guys are like doing all this like by hand,
Oh, yeah.
from scratch as much as possible is really quite impressive. Like how do you guys manage
It's
all that
passion.
output with all
Love.
that space?
Love, passion. We respect each other. We call each other chefs throughout the whole kitchen. I think it starts with that. And I appreciate my guys. I always tell them all the time. Appreciate everything you do, and I think throughout my career, I think that's something that's missing in a lot of places. People are not appreciated enough.
Amen. What do you want to try next?
I think we should save the Mama Burger.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
that's the big cheese,
Okay,
as it were.
then let's go for that one.
I'll-
Yeah. Go right ahead for that. That is.
Are we creating a sin by not trying your fries here and
No.
the sauce that?
No,
What are these sauces?
So I usually pair them up. So this has bacon jam and roasted red pepper aioli.
Okay.
So
and is that for the fries?
That's also on the sandwich. So we put
Okay.
it on the side too, so you can dip your fries in it.
Okay.
And then usually like vegan and gluten-free stuff. I do the kale aioli, so this is kale. And then the one that's under here is garlic. Garlic, I usually go with the Mamba.
And then, so you're in Castleberry, but
Yes.
you also participate in a lot of other events.
Yes.
Tell us about some of those.
I do like, last year we got invited to South Beach.
Yes.
Yeah, we went down there.
What is that exactly for people?
So that's
who are
like
hearing
a
about
big
this?
event that happens every year down on South Beach. It's hosted by Food Network.
Okay.
So you get maybe about 115 to 150 vendors, 71,000 people in 4 days. So yeah, when we were down there, we
How do you even prepare for something like that?
You don't. You just go diving into it. We had no clue what we were doing when we came down there, but it was a really good experience. 3,000 burgers we didn't sell. It's a volunteer you give away. It's like tasting a Winter Park type of deal, but on a bigger scale. So there's all celebrities walking around, chefs from Food Network, and they're hosting shows, talking. So it just brings a lot of people. It gives you exposure. So it's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll be going back down there for the Burger Bash this year.
This might be the best BLT I've ever had.
Oh, thank you.
Can you tell us again, what are we eating here?
So bacon jam on a potato bun, fried green tomato, three slices of fried green tomato, 3 slices of pecan bacon, lettuce, and remoulade. So there's a
What
red
is this
red
pecan
pepper.
bacon you talk about?
So it's smoked in pecans. Smoked pecan.
Do you do that?
Yes. We do everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's like,
And there's a kick to it.
Oh yeah,
And,
so
like,
that's
the
that's
tomatoes.
the remoulade in there.
yeah, even though the tomatoes are fried, they're still got like a nice
Little
like
juice to it.
Yeah, juice, chew to them. They're not soggy. Yeah.
Yeah, we soaked them in buttermilk for about, I'd say, about a whole day. Take them out, and then we fry them.
And so you met a lot of people in South Beach.
Yes.
Are we going to see you on a TV show in the near future?
Yes. We'll definitely gonna see you on the TV show.
Okay.
We got something coming out in October. I'm sworn to secrecy, so I can't say what show it is, but it's definitely going to be an interesting show.
Can you tell
people
us
to
what
watch.
you are preparing on the show?
I'm preparing a signature dish of mine that I wouldn't say I've shared it at the restaurant. I've had it in other restaurants, and it was kind of like a little twist of an idea that I thought when I was invited to the show. So I didn't really go hands-on with my original recipe. I just kind of made it a little bit different, which helped tremendously. So,
Do you want the honors to try and cut the burger for us?
sure, I can cut it for you. Yeah, so soon,
So
October.
Tell us about your award-winning burger here. How many awards have you brought home with this burger?
I would say about 2, and just like a lot of recognition.
Yeah.
A lot of write-ups, reviews. That's all I can say about it. But the burger speaks for itself. I mean, once you try it,
Go for it.
Yes. I will try and.
so I never. My mom always said that this burger was going to make us famous.
Uh-huh.
Let's see if
I just
can
never
do this
thought
without
we would
getting
go
it.
this far with this burger. But
Yeah.
I mean, we have people coming from like Miami,
Yes, barely.
Tampa, Kissimmee, all just to try this burger. 'Cause
I
they
don't
hear
know
about it.
if our director can get a little bit of a close up on this, but
It's
the
a juicy
cross section
burger.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Certified
medium
Angus beef.
rare. And just there it is. Look at that. And I'm not even doing it justice. So let's.
Tastes of 24 spices. Yeah.
And the cheeses.
The cheese is a melted Gouda and sharp cheddar.
There's a lot going on.
So there's nothing added to that. It's just melted down slowly. You do it for a long time on a double broil. Just let that cheese melt.
This is really good.
Thank you.
Very good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is.
I'm going to need a nap after this.
Yeah, the
Oh,
burger
man.
is something else. Really
So
is.
tell us about your kitchen, your hours, You just do lunch, you do dinner.
We do lunch, breakfast. We do lunch and breakfast all day.
What are your breakfast specialties?
Right now, we just got like croissant sandwiches. We have veggie scramble on there, pancakes, chicken and waffles. Some of the basic things. But we also do specials and we hang it on the board. And so that also just comes from the creativity in the kitchen as far as the chefs and what they want to create.
This burger has a kick too.
Oh yeah, because of the
Jalapenos.
jalapenos.
Yeah.
So what attracted you? Because I know it's like a lot of like, pardon me, a lot of like comfort food, very like kind of Southern inspired.
COVID did it.
I mean, this seems like you're from New York originally?
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So this seems very Southern inspired almost,
Yes, because I ended up in Castleberry, and when I was doing in the beginning from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., I was catering more to the health fitness people across the street. I was doing yogurt parfaits, yogurt granola plates, fruit plates. I had probably like 7 or 8 things on the menu, and that's why we chose the name Alex's Fresh Kitchen, because we were just trying to do a fresh approach to food. Then when COVID came, no one was coming to the restaurant because no one wanted that. Everyone was like in the dumps. They want comfort, right? So I had to think of a menu.
Something you probably don't want to make.
Yes.
Takes a long time to,
Something handheld, something that's gonna, like a burger, right? So when the whole COVID restrictions came, we were like, all right, let's think of like planned dinners and planned stuff for families, because families were coming out at night. They weren't really coming out in the daytime and the afternoon. It was just sitting in the house all day waiting to go out. So we changed our hours. We started doing planned dinners, and we were posting what we had. We were doing steak, lobsters, sandwiches, seafood. We were doing a bunch of different stuff. And then as that progressed, that was helping us stay alive. And then COVID restrictions lifted, and it was like 25 to 50%. Then after that, we were full open. It was just about wearing masks. And then that just became an issue because we're like 95, 92 degrees in the kitchen, and like we're like dripping sweat because of this mask. It's like, do you really want us dripping that sweat on your food? Yeah. It's like, so that was a tough time. Yeah, that was a tough time. But we made it through.
I feel like if you go to your restaurant and you've tried more than one thing, it's really hard to order because you don't know what to get.
Yes.
I mean, I can't decide which one of those is my favorite.
Right.
We get that with the regulars.
I went back, for the BLT, and then I was like, okay, I got to try the chicken again. They are all delicious.
Thank you so much.
What is like, obviously the Mamba Burger is your signature, but like, what's been people's like aha moment with you? It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I think just basically what we do there. I mean, you've seen there what we do. Like, it's very small. Like we all play all the roles. We answer the phones. We take the food out to you. We cook the food. We wash the dishes. We sanitize. We're talking to you. It's a different atmosphere, and I think for most people, they see it and then they appreciate what we're doing. And there's just a lot of wow factors. I was reminded last week. Just like. Was talking with my wife. We've just been looking for all these places, and all these places come up like as a good opportunity, right? And then I get reminded of the fruitfulness of people that have been coming to the restaurant for so long, and like maybe not seen them for a long time, and then talking to them, and they're just saying, wow, man, it's just like you blow me away all the time. And just like hearing those things is just like that drives you more to want to do more, Yeah. So that's the plan.
They become part of your family, but you are looking to expand.
Yeah, we have to. We're at our max. Like, we have to get out.
You're looking for bigger space.
A little bit bigger space, maybe around 18 to 2,000 square feet, 1,800. I think that would be perfect. Right now we're on 32 seating. I think a little bit outside seating and maybe about 50, 60 seating inside would be great. It's just about finding the right place, or maybe even possibly finding an investor, because right now COVID had really knocked us to the ground. All the money that we had made pretty much has been put into the business. I'm never going to get that back. It's like the only way I'm going to get that back is if I move somewhere else, double in sales. Yeah. And that's the only way.
And so what type of location are you looking for? You described like size-wise, but in terms of the community?
I want to be in like a community neighborhood, like a neighborhood nook. I like this one restaurant that's by my mom's house. It's called 901 Cafe or on Mills or something like that. Okay. It kind of like sits in in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect to find something like that.
It's like
but
Thornton Park area is.
yes, it's in that direction. So
people are sitting outside, relaxing.
and it's a neighborhood, so you see cars
With
driving
this
by.
type of food, you want to take your time eating it too, and enjoy it and savor it. Yeah.
So I think if we were in a prime location like that, not so much of a fast-moving downtown where someone needs their food like that, because we're not like that. Most of the stuff takes 10, 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And if we have a full restaurant, it's longer. So definitely somewhere maybe not downtown Orlando, but maybe in Orange County somewhere. You mentioned DeLand, so I'll have to give that a look too.
I love downtown DeLand, so And
it's not the first time I've heard that, because we get people from out there too that come to the restaurant.
You ready to try Mama's cake?
Yeah.
What is this called on the menu?
This is not actually on the menu. So since my wife has took over, she has a different creative mind. She's diving more into brownies, cookies. We're doing cheesecakes. So this one is a chocolate cake, just chocolate cake with a chocolate frosting. So I just call it chocolate on chocolate, But normally the staples were lemon pie, banana bread, and peanut butter chocolate cake. But it's just kind of like over the years it's faded out. So we're just experimenting with new things. And what she's doing is doing very well.
Do you do catering?
Yeah, we do catering.
Delivery?
Yep, I can do delivery,
All right,
stuff like too.
So where can people find you online?
You can find us on Alex's Fresh Kitchen, FL.com on our website, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Alex's Fresh Kitchen.
I'm going to need to make
amazing.
some room here.
Yes.
Need bigger plates.
Yep.
Well, let's probably just put that on here.
Oh, I'm mixing it all.
Place there, right there.
And that's gluten-free.
Yes, all the cakes are gluten-free.
Could I get a fork, please?
Just eat it with your hands, Thomas.
Yes,
It is so good, and I love that you are offering that because there are so many people.
Yes.
Yeah, and such huge needs. So, and sometimes you go to restaurants now and you see, just a handful of items.
And they don't even do it right.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. That's why a lot of people come to us, because we're on the gluten-free app, and we're up in the awareness about like where is the best gluten-free food to eat, and we're in that top category, I believe, because we get a lot of people that come there.
Well, I don't even love cake a whole lot, but I love this cake. It is wonderful. Thank you so much, Alex Diaz.
Thank you.
You have filled up our tummies. You have inspired us. We want to come back. I want another BLT, I think every day of the week. So
Definitely get
Thank
some.
you so
Thank you so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Florida Foodie. We'd also like to thank our guest, Chef Alex Diaz. You can find his business online at alexsfreshkitchenfl.com. You can also find it on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to follow Lisa Bell online. Search Lisa Bell News on Facebook and Instagram, or Lisa Bell News 6 on Twitter. You can also find Candace Campos on social media. She's on Twitter. Just search @Candace News 6. On Facebook, search Candace Campos News 6. And on Instagram, search Candace Campos WX. Also, a big thank you to our technical producers, Derek Mosier and Ryan Haley, and our director, Bob Myers. I'm the show's producer, Thomas Mates. Please take the time to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or wherever you stream podcasts. And you can find videos of all of our podcasts on clickorlando.com and on YouTube. Just search for Florida Foodie.